And I rallied the company. I made a massive communication to the entire company that we were no longer a managing company, that we were a leadership company. We were all about the people, people first. And from that, we expected to get extraordinary results. And guess what? We got extraordinary results. My turnover of people, out of every 100 people we hired, we would lose 7 out of every 100 people, 70 out of every 100 people. Today, we lose 20 out of every 100. That was the dramatic change of people first. Now, people still leave because they change jobs, divorce, they move. So people still get crapped on, and some people still, because it's not perfect. My point is, it is nothing we do is perfect. However, we are the best retention in my industry for a chain. And all my competitors are franchised, and we're all company owned. So we have no partners, we do it ourselves, we organically grow this organization. So our turnover of people is the best in the chain industry, in my industry. And these are facts I'm giving you. So I'm just setting the stage of what I want and what I believe should be great takeaways for you today. I'm just really giving you some of the systems, how we grew our company. I'm going to move on to about 2 years ago. I found through my nephew a company in the middle of Tennessee called Pal's Sudden Service. It's a restaurant chain of 20 stores. Anybody here from Tennessee? Anybody ever heard of Pal's Sudden Service? Okay, well, they were the only restaurant chain in America to win the Malcolm Baldrige Award. Anybody know what that is? The Malcolm Baldrige Award? That's the highest award the government bestows to any Federal Express has won it. For example, Disney has won it, for example. So it's the highest award for business that the government bestows upon businesses. They were the only restaurant chain to ever win this award. Now, when you win that award, you're obligated, because if you didn't know this, Federal Express has classes in education and leadership, so does Disney. I've been to the Disney class. I've not been to, my goal was to meet Fred Smith, which my people work with. We're one of their bigger clients. I want to meet Fred Smith. He's the founder of Federal Express. But besides that, the Malcolm Baldrige, it obligates you to provide education for your winning the award on how you do things. So my nephew heard about this place, and he said, yeah, it's something interesting. I said, let's get our ass on a plane and let's go down there. I want to experience it. Went down there. It's a 3-day seminar. It took me a day and a half to understand what the hell I was learning. I couldn't figure it out, because what is a hamburger chain got to do with the hair business? Nothing. But it's how they approach business. And it took me a day and a half to understand and surrender to the fact it's not what they're doing for themselves. It's the nuggets that I discovered how they did business that I wanted to bring back for my business. A day and a half. And from that, I have sent 50 people to Tennessee to go through this class. And I will tell you the takeaway. It's nothing, they don't believe they're in the hamburger business. And they outperform McDonald's, Burger King, all of them by 20%. Year after year, they have comp sale increases year after year, and they far exceed their competition. And they say they are not a hamburger chain. They are a manufacturing company that just happens to manufacture hamburgers. And there's not even a sit-down, it's all drive-through. And it was the most fascinating, disciplined organization I had ever seen. From that, there was many takeaways, but I'm going to give you the one, because I've taken from that, I've hung my hat on one word for the next 10 years. And I'm 71 years old, and Norman heard me speak in front of 1,000 people the other night, so did Cheryl. Oh no, Cheryl wasn't there. And I got an award from the Washington business community, and I was inducted into the Businessmen's Hall of Fame about 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
and my first statement was, I'm 71 years old and I'm still a junior achiever, because junior achievers are there for education. I'm still getting educated today. So the one word that I took away from that seminar was the word delight, because their mission statement was the commitment to delight each customer that creates client loyalty. Now think to yourselves, and I speak about this to everybody, that word delight. When was the last time any of you had a memorable experience anywhere you frequent? Anybody think about that? Who here's had a memorable experience anywhere? Restaurants, hair salons, dry cleaner, gas station. Who's had a memorable experience? Where was it?
Well, my favorite hair salon in Hamden, it's all organic. It's called Sprout, and it's very memorable. All of the products are organic, and it's a really cool crowd.
And you have beautiful hair too.
Oh, thank you.
Shiny and beautiful.
Thanks. So,
Okay, and so what does that mean? That means you want to go back there, and you tell your friends about it too,
Yeah,
don't you?
yeah.
It creates loyalty.
Yeah.
That's the point. The word delight, if you are delighted as a client, you are going to frequent that place through that delight factor. I've hung my hat on that one word, delight, because when you dissect that, what does that word delight mean? Moments of truth, from the moment you step into the store to the moment you exit. How does it relate here? When you're all dealing with people, what does it mean to delight your clients? That's something that is challenging. What does it mean from the moment you pick up a phone to talk to a client to execution of your strategy, whatever the case may be, the delight factor. The delight factor creates client loyalty. Our mission statement today and our culture today, we've changed it, and we're a company all about our people is our motto. Our mission statement is the commitment. I would not give up the word commitment. The commitment to wow, because I love the word wow, the commitment to wow and delight every client that creates client loyalty. That is our new mission. And we've got 7 values today. Teamwork, building relationships, self-confidence, which is the training and the education piece, integrity, quality of life, and we wanted to eliminate quality of life, and we did a survey, and our people said, no, we love that. We're keeping it. The aspect of communications to our people. Communication, so critical. All of us have weakness in communication. We're here right now communicating. You know, Norman just announced, you're going to be doing this more and more. This is communication, and I believe in the two-way communications. And then we have the word accountability we added. Now, when I was a kid, my parents were very disciplined, unlike his parents. He was a rebel. My dad was a very disciplined guy, and that word, he held me accountable. I really resented the word accountability. However, my girl that I've worked with for 30 years, runs the director of my family office, some of the people in Norman know, Rhonda Trim. She came up with this book, and I sent the book to Norman, on the word accountability. Because if you really understand the word accountability, it's really a friendly word. It's a shared commitment. Once you understand what the game plan is, and you would say, I don't want to hold anybody accountable. I want to say, do we understand what the game plan? Do we understand what the message is, or the plan, or whatever the goal? If we both understand it, then the question is, how can we both be accountable to achieve it? So it's a shared word. It's not, I'm going to hold you accountable to achieve that, or else. It's how can we both work together to be accountable for whatever we're doing? So the word accountability is really, because if we all of us, if every business in the world, or even your business or my business, if we all really had a culture of accountability, we would all be better. All of us would be better. So we've really embraced that word. From all this culture in education, we find that there's drama. Drama within our hair salons, drama within our headquarters. And we don't have a corporate headquarters. We have a home office. We have a resource center. We don't even allow the word corporate into any of our communication. We love the word home, and we actually are a love company. L-O-V-E. That's how because we love our people, and our people love us. So we really have adopted the aspect of love. You're going to be seeing much more of that in our marketing. But as it relates to drama within the 4 walls of any office, there was another book that I read across. It was called The No Asshole Rule. Who here works with it? Does anybody want to work with an asshole? No. I mean, when you really think about it, it's a jerk. Who wants to work with a jerk? So, we promote that, because in our stores, I mean, if you're a jerk, and you're a low performer and low producer, I say get them out of there. We want harmony and functionality. And if you accept and understand that the drama exists and it takes a life of its own, if you accept that. But if you don't accept it and you talk about it openly, about what really is a nice environment to be, what really creates drama. And we all have drama at home. I'll tell you, all of us, I know that all of you have experienced drama sometime in your lives, whether it be through divorce or parenting or being a parent or being a sibling or whatever. We all have drama. We want to keep it out of our workspace as best as we can, knowing it won't be perfect. It won't be perfect. However, we want to have an environment where we can call upon each other and say, hey, that's just not acceptable, because it creates dysfunctionality. So we really embrace these concepts as our own to make our environments more accommodating for the clients that come in the door. And whether it be your clients, they don't come in your door, I don't think much, but they're out in the field. You're all dealing with clients to some degree. So how do you keep amongst yourselves, because I look around this room, other than Norman and I, the guy left, I must have pissed him off, I don't know. But I tell you, amongst us here, we know there's drama. Drama goes on. It's a natural element. So I got my man back there. So we all have drama. So the question and the challenge is, how do we keep it to a minimum? And how do we really even the playing field through quality communication? So that really is my story. So I really want to go into some really things that I believe are takeaways for any business, because I just happen to be in the hair business, but I believe that these principles and concepts really crossbreed every organization. First of all, I believe strongly, and I'm a testimonial why I wanted to go over my own personal story briefly, is because I am of the belief that anybody can achieve anything they set their mind to. Anybody. So it's an open door of opportunity. I believe in the universal laws that I believe in, and I tell you, I am a prodigy of the universal laws. I know that good attitude breeds good results. I know that action creates reaction. I know that the amount of effort you put into anything is commensurate to the reward. Effort equals reward. Action, reaction. These universal laws, and they're out there on the internet anywhere, but what I did when I was a kid, I couldn't understand why they worked. After I listened to this tape called Lead the Field, I was not smart enough to understand why they worked. But what I did, I read so many case history study of people who applied these principles to great success. I surrendered and said, I don't have to figure out why they work. All I have to do is accelerate these principles, make them my own, execute them, and I took the jump and the leap of faith that they would work for me. And my testimonial is, this is what I've achieved. And I will tell you, I was nothing special as a kid. Nothing special. I'm telling you, in fact, at one point I was called a loser and a dead-end kid. True. So I have overcome that through my own education and applying these principal universal laws to myself. And I tell you, I still work them to this day to great success. Not knowing why or how, I just think whether you're Muslim, Jewish, Christian, it doesn't matter. Every Bible teaches these things. So I call them the spiritual universal laws. And if you apply them for yourselves, they will work for you. You don't have to understand why. It's just a matter of smile to the world will smile back to you. So, taking further, I have always believed in the power of the written goal. The power of the written goal. If you're a goal setter, how many of you here have written goals for yourselves? Okay, not everybody. It's a good start. I tell you factually, The written goal is one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself. Now, take goals